Donald Trump is falling apart at the most hilarious time. And it's not all just because of Epstein. In fact, at this point, things were already going so badly for Donald Trump in his second term that he should actually welcome this Epstein scandal as a pleasant distraction from all of his other failures. Here's what's going on. A new poll came out just a couple days ago that revealed that Donald Trump's own support from his Republican Party has absolutely cratered. Now, granted, he still has a majority of Republicans who do approve of how he is, quote, managing the government. However, the number of Republicans who approve of his management of the government has fallen by 13 points since the beginning of the government shutdown. The government shutdown, combined with rising inflation, higher costs for consumers, foreign policy failures, all of that has caused even Republicans to say, I don't like what's happening in this country. So here's the numbers. Donald Trump had enjoyed an 81% approval from Republicans when asked, do you approve of his management style of the federal government? It went from 81% to 68% in this new poll. And with independents, it dropped from 38% to 25%. And among Democrats, it dropped from 9% to 5%. So across the board, more and more Americans say, I do not approve of the way he is running the government. And of course, his overall approval rating has now hit 36%. His handling of the economy, he is now double digits underwater, I think by almost 30 points at this point. And even among Republicans, Trump's handling of the economy is dead even, about 48% to 48%. But all of this is happening during this almost perfect storm moment for the American public to be turning against Donald Trump, including his own Republican Party. The Epstein stuff really is just the icing on the cake at this point because he was already in a very bad spot. As I mentioned, we have the economy going to crap. We have layoffs that are hitting recession levels here in the United States when we're allegedly not in a recession. The government shutdown, longest in history, costing the economy $14 billion. And those election losses at the beginning of November. All of those things combined painted a picture of a very weak and ineffective president. And then, of course, the big bomb dropped. Donald Trump knew about the girls, Epstein said. Donald Trump hung out with Epstein on Thanksgiving during his first term, over a decade after Trump said we weren't even friends anymore. Everything is blowing up in his face at the same time. The public backlash to the ballroom that he is building. All of this just within the last 2 weeks, folks. And what's the end result? Well, we saw the elections. Republicans got just shellacked. We are seeing more and more Republicans come out and say, you know what? I'm going to vote to release the Epstein files now. I think we kind of do need to know what's going on. They're breaking. This has been a true the emperor has no clothes on moment for these Republicans. Not all of them, not even a majority of them, folks. I'm not saying the whole party's turned against him, but a good percentage of them have. And sometimes that's the best you can hope for. After all, if this man loses, like he has, 13% of his support, he's done for. Nobody in this country, no politician has the ability to lose 13% of their support and still be totally fine. So, this is a recipe for disaster for the Republican Party heading into next year's midterms, and Trump has no idea at all on how to make himself more likable or a better manager of the government. Sam Altman said ChatGPT will get to know you over your life. In a recent podcast with Theo Vaughn and Sam Altman, Vaughn mentioned one reason he was hesitant to use some AI tools is because he didn't know who's going to have his personal information. Sam Altman's response was, "I think that makes sense to really want the privacy clarity before you use it a lot, the legal clarity." So even Sam Altman understands the concerns around privacy. That's why I've partnered with today's video sponsor, Venus.ai. Eric Voorhees is a leading crypto entrepreneur known for advocating for individual financial control, decentralized finance, and user privacy. He is also a respected speaker and author in the tech and crypto communities. His vision drives Venus.ai's mission to offer uncensored and open-source AI solutions. Venus utilizes leading open-source AI models to deliver text, code, and image generation to your web browser or via their app. They don't spy on you or censor the AI. Messages are encrypted and your conversation history is stored only in your device or browser. AI can be extremely valuable, but we shouldn't need to give up our privacy to use it. Their Pro plan unlocks the full platform and features, including PDF uploads for summaries or insights, the ability to turn off safe mode for unhindered image generation, the ability to change how Venus interacts with you by modifying the system prompt, limitless text, and high image limits. It has 4 specialized models in addition to Venus Uncensored. It has reasoning, small, medium, and of course large. It has image analysis and multimodal support, custom AI characters you can create and chat with, API access through VVV token staking, and if you want to use the AI without fear of handing over your most intimate thoughts to a corporation or the government, you can get 20% off a Pro plan using my link, Venus.ai/Farron, and use code Farron at checkout.